All right, for the record, I always thought this truck sat up too high. We did this with my red F100, but we are cutting coils out of the springs. On my truck, I couldn't remember if I cut out one coil or two. We cut out one, and it's definitely not enough. We're going to cut out two and see how it looks. Seems extreme, but if you do this swap, you'll know what I mean. What? I haven't been videoing the whole time. I figure I got to capture this last action moment. Two still heavy breathing. Two coils cut out, and we'll see how this looks like. Hurry up, get your wheel on. Are you smiling? All right, just like that. Truck is a few inches lower in the front, and the suspension actually bounces up and down nice and smooth. What you got there, Jay? All those coils, two coils on each side. All right, before and after?
Yep.
All right, here's the before. All right, there's the after. Mustang PPV wheels. What do you think, Jay?
It looks meaner.
It does look pretty mean.
Not nice.
All right, so most people use one of these, and this is where that 90-degree comes in. There's no really good place for that. Fuel rail comes out, and now it can turn 90 degrees and feed right down to the fuel pump. How's that for pretty cool? 90-degree fuel filter. Yes, the rest of this needs to be this needs to be cleaned up. Okay, I really didn't want to do this job, but we pulled the transmission back out. It's popping out a second gear on downshifts, but what was interesting was as we're going up to Good Guys, Trevor said that the speedometer stopped working. I think that would be why. The gear's still good. I'm assuming something bound up in there and took out the cable. It's pretty awesome. I've never seen that before. All right. It's back on the road, but we're going to do one thing while we're doing this. One thing that's bugged me is this short little shifter. So what I like to do is trace a pattern of it so I know how it used to look, and then where I want the handle to be back. So in this case, I wanted pointed back a little bit and the handle maybe 3 inches or 4 inches closer to the driver. So this gives me, after I cut that off, a little pattern to make my new piece with. So cut her up, weld her up, no biggie. Okay, posterity's sake, that's some kind of fancy shifter off of a Pro 5.0. Anyways, I'm going to use Jonathan's old shift handle that we repurposed, and that's going to be the part that we add. Thanks, Jonathan's truck. Bunch of stuff tacked together. So we'll finish weld this, give her a little sanding, a little black paint. It'll look like professional. 18 minutes flat. We'll throw some black paint on this and throw it in the car. All right, just like that. She's black. We'll let this dry, bolt it in. All right, today on Make It Last Garage, we're working on a Lexus. Fan assembly, pulling it out. Got my helper. Smile, Mr. Helper. Tara wanted to be part of this video, but she decided that making sandwiches was a better use of her time. So we're looking forward to lunch. So red truck hasn't been running super well. I think there's other issues, but did plugs. Number 3 cylinder doesn't look so good. It's got some backfiring going on. You can see that it kind of ate up this exhaust gasket. So we're going to make up some gaskets out of this material. I don't know, just to do something different. We'll shove it all back together. I checked the timing, checked everything. So yeah, we'll run it like this for a little bit and see what happens. All right, just like that, the most redneck looking exhaust gaskets I've ever made. But they are in there, and I did it in under an hour flat for one side. Not bad. Purring like a kitten. Again, this material is not the best, but I will say this, it has never let me down yet. So I finally broke down, made some gaskets out of it. It is carbon impregnated, steel lined, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember where I got it, but I got it like 10 years ago or more. So I cut it up. We'll see how this goes. It sounds so much better. My tech tip is, if you're going to do exhaust gaskets, heat soak it once real gently, low exhaust pressures, get it nice and hot, then let it cool back down and retorque those bolts before you go romping on it and everything. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. I'll admit, so why am I taking this video? It's a little noisy in here, but this is Phoenix, and this is just keeping up with traffic. My advertisement for highway gears. Well, here's my good news, bad news story. I've put 200 miles on it, and it still sounds awesome until I was driving home. And that, my friends, is the sign of a bad heater core. Son of a monkey's butt. I guess I'm doing that tonight. Does anyone have to pee, or is it just me? All right, 3 bolts and 2 hoses. Most people just pop those hoses off and plug them, stick them together. But I have a buddy named Shane who has a 65 F100, and he's not going to use this heater core. So we're going to swap this in, because everybody has a spare 65 F100 heater core laying around. Old one and the new one. And here's interesting, this one had a little clearance done to make room for an air conditioning system that was in there when I bought it. So I don't know, this one could be an upgrade. All right, there we go. So far, pretty good. Let's see, got to clean up this nasty carpet. But yeah, it looks like $1 million under there. We'll be on leak detail, make sure that replacement one doesn't leak, but yeah, I think let's go for a drive. All right, it's a little dark, but 65 is back on the road. Hope everyone has a great night. I'd accelerate all cool away, but this thing doesn't accelerate that fast. Well, originally we were going to take the Sprite to the car show. So today is the 5.0 car show, and then I was like, well, let's take the Sprite and the Mustang, because the Mustang's got a new transmission. Let's chance it. And since we did the heater core last night, now I'm thinking let's just take the Mustang in the truck. So let's roll the dice on the heater core and the transmission. Well, we made it. This is the first time I have been to a show and shine where it was covered parking. How cool is that? Anyways, let's walk around in support of the officers here, see if we can find some highlight cars. Oh, love the little 2-door, super sharp. The way the body comes down over that. Like it. And the Chevy pickup, pretty sharp. You gotta love it. Gas Monkey Garage air cooler, and running the 14-inch wheels on 175s. Pretty sweet. Gotta do a video of the 92 Isuzu Amigo. These things are awesome. Gotta love it. Gotta admit, I have wanted one of these forever. It's like a bucket list ride. I know it's completely ridiculous and uncomfortable and super slow, but one day. So here at Make It Last Garage, we do like old vehicles. I don't know about this thing, but I'm just gonna say I probably will never build anything like this, but it is pretty funny to look at, and it is deceptively pretty cool. It's the Rolling Thunder Hour. All right, there we go. That's what about $150 worth of random stuff off of Amazon and eBay gets you. We're gonna put together an exhaust for Jonathan's pickup. Woo! U-Power mufflers. Here's my little tidbit on these collectors. The bolts and the size of the flange fit pretty good, but you can see these black lines I've added here. I'm going to trim these back a little bit so they seat up against the flange that's on the header. Simple exhaust. Get the collectors up in place. Once they're up and kind of pointed in the right direction, take your pipes, get them straight, and see like kind of how to mate that end. If you can get that pointed straight back and through, then you can take it back, straight pipe, and then just dump it before the rear end. Simple as that. So shouldn't take, I'm gonna guess, about an hour and a half. Cut the end of the pipe off, a couple tacks, pointed straight back. Looks pretty sharp. On to the next side. No tape measure. It's about a fist and more than 3 fingers. Fist and more than 3 fingers away. Those are tacked up, and then those are actually use the slip joints a little bit. So we'll go back to here. We'll put a few more spots on, and then we'll hang the mufflers as we go back. Some hangers. We'll have an exhaust. We'll get this stuff welded up. Not a tape measure was harmed in the use of this. Just lots of cuts with Mr. Cutoff wheel. Simple as that. So yeah, weld this up, hang it back in there, and then we'll put the hangers on the ends. And that's how it looks, welded up, hangers on. Let's fire this sucker up.
All right.
What do you think? How'd you like it?
Sounds way better.
Sounds way better? Or awesome?
Awesome. Not like a NASCAR.
All right, there you go. It's nights like this when fixing a silly speedometer cable feels so good. So have a great night. Get out to the garage. Do something fun. Bye.